Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India Live, India's voice to the world. I'm Ramesh Ramachandran. Coming up in the next 30 minutes. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi to visit Brunei and Singapore to further New Delhi's Act East policy and its vision of the Indo-Pacific. Massive protests sweep Israel as frustration mounts over failure to clinch a Gaza ceasefire deal. Trade unions strike work. Political upheaval in Germany as the far-right Alternative for Germany is projected to win its first ever provincial election in the country's post-war history. And in sport, India adds a 9th medal to its kitty as Nitesh Kumar wins the men's singles badminton gold at the 2024 Paralympics. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be in Brunei Darussalam, a Southeast Asian country, on a 2-day visit starting 3rd September. Murmu Bhattacharya reports from its capital city Bandar Seri Begawan on what to expect from the visit.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be visiting Brunei Darussalam, a tiny state situated on the northern coast of the island of Borneo along the South China Sea, starting Tuesday. This visit is going to be significant because it's going to be the first ever bilateral visit of an Indian Prime Minister to Brunei Darussalam. This visit also coincides with 40th anniversary of establishment of diplomatic ties between India and Brunei Darussalam. On day one of the visit, PM Modi will inaugurate the Indian Chancery building at Bandar Seri Begawan, the capital of Brunei Darussalam. After the inauguration, the Indian High Commission will function from the new Chancery building. On the same day, he will visit the Sultan Omar Ali Saifuddin Mosque, named after the father of the current monarch, Sultan Haji Hassan al-Bolkiah. On the next day, Prime Minister Modi will meet Sultan Haji Hassan al-Bolkiah and members of the royal family at the Royal Palace. Both sides will also hold delegation-level talks, engage on all existing areas of cooperation, and also explore avenues for cooperation in newer sectors. Both the leaders have met on a number of occasions. They first met on the sidelines of the 25th ASEAN Summit at Naypyidaw in November 2014, and then on the sidelines of the East Asia Summit in 2017 in Manila. In January 2018, they met in New Delhi on the occasion of the Silver Jubilee of ASEAN-India Dialogue Partnership. Sultan Haji was among the heads of state and governments who witnessed India's Republic Day parade. The relationship between India and Brunei has steadily evolved, with defense cooperation being a key component. The exchange of naval visits and the participation of Bruneian nationals in various capacity-building courses in India underscore the growing defense and educational ties between the two countries. Trade relationship is important, especially in the context of India's energy security, because every year India imports crude oil worth $500 to $600 million from Brunei Darussalam, which is rich in oil and gas reserves. Both sides also cooperate in space and health sectors and promote people-to-people exchanges. The presence of a vibrant Indian diaspora in Brunei, particularly in the oil and gas industries, construction and healthcare sectors, further strengthens the bilateral relationship. Ties between the two countries are important even from a regional perspective. Brunei Darussalam was the country coordinator for India in ASEAN for 3 years, from July 2012 to June 2015, and played an important role in bringing India closer to ASEAN. As India continues to implement its Act East policy, Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to Brunei Darussalam is expected to reinforce India's strategic footprint in the Southeast Asian region, fostering greater cooperation in key sectors and also paving the way for a more integrated and prosperous Indo-Pacific region. With cameraman Kumar Datta, this is Murmu Bhattacharya from Brunei Darussalam for DD India.
So India's Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, will embark on a two-nation tour of Brunei and Singapore from the 3rd to the 5th of September. He will visit Brunei on the first leg of his visit. It will mark 40 years of establishment of diplomatic ties between India and Brunei. The Southeast Asian country is an important partner of India's Act East policy.
Brunei is an important partner for India's Act East policy and our vision for the Indo-Pacific. And as we mark a decade of our Act East policy this year, the visit assumes additional significance. Brunei has been our country coordinator in ASEAN from 2012 to 2015 and played a key role in our further engagements with ASEAN and continues to do so today.
And after Brunei, Prime Minister Modi will visit Singapore at the invitation of his Singaporean counterpart. The visit is aimed to strengthen India-Singapore strategic partnership and exchange views on regional and global issues of mutual interest.
From the point of trade and investment also, the Prime Minister's visit to Singapore is very significant. Singapore is India's largest trade partner in ASEAN, and it is a leading source of foreign direct investment. Singapore is India's 6th largest trade partner worldwide and the largest source of FDI during the last financial year.
The Prime Minister will interact with business leaders and also explore avenues for cooperation in semiconductors.
Singapore is very well plugged into the global semiconductor ecosystem. It has experience of more than 20 years in this area. This is an area where we are very keen to get into, and already we are seeing how we can cooperate with Singapore. Singapore is already setting up facilities in India, and there will be many other areas of the semiconductor industry itself which will be discussed and cooperation moved forward during the visit.
It will be Prime Minister Modi's 5th visit to Singapore. Singapore has a sizable population of Indian origin and maintains close cultural and historic ties with India. The visit by Prime Minister Modi is being seen as a historic one, which is likely to strengthen the relations between the two strategic allies. Akshay Dongre files a report from Singapore on the shared heritage and cultural ties between the two countries and the expectations of the Indian diaspora there.
This is a hustling, bustling district of Singapore, where you will always find people of Indian descent, people of Indian origin, proud Indian people who share the tradition and heritage, and who are in fact cultural ambassadors of India that are spread out across the world. In fact, let's speak to some of the gentlemen who are sitting here. Prime Minister is coming here in 2 days. As far as the foreign policy of Prime Minister Modi is concerned, he has given significant significance to Singapore as far as India's diplomacy is concerned. So are you seeing any result of that diplomacy? Are you seeing any changes as far as the perception of India outside is concerned?
Yeah, I like his foreign policy, and especially his cabinet ministers like Jaishankar and Ajit Doval, and all of them is making good relationship with any country. So I see a good improvement after the government is formed.
Visit is also coinciding with the visit of the Indian Prime Minister to Singapore too. So, how do you feel about it as far as the policy is concerned? The policies that Prime Minister Modi has taken as far as India and diplomacy?
Yeah, I think he's been doing, he and his ministers have been doing a great job, and kudos on their latest election, and I hope they continue to do a good job and build good relationship across the world.
Be it temples, cafes, businesses, restaurants, you'll always find a lot of India as far as Singapore is concerned. With camera person SP Dubey, I'm Akshay Dongre, DD India.
The Indian government has approved a digital agriculture mission worth 2,817 crore rupees. It also approved an outlay of 2,291 crore rupees for strengthening agricultural, education, management and social sciences.
एग्रीकल्चरल एजुकेशन और मैनेजमेंट और सोशल साइंसेज जो रिलेटेड है, इनको कैसे स्ट्रेंथन किया जाए। और 5 बड़े इसमें पिलर्स हैं। पहला है कि ये सारा का सारा काम इंडियन काउंसिल ऑफ एग्रीकल्चरल रिसर्च के गाइडेंस में ओवरऑल देश भर में होगा, जिसमें स्टेट गवर्नमेंट्स भी कंट्रीब्यूट करेगी, एग्रीकल्चरल यूनिवर्सिटीज भी कंट्रीब्यूट करेगी, और सारा फोकस रहेगा कि न्यू एजुकेशन पॉलिसी के हिसाब से और आज की जो लेटेस्ट टेक्नोलॉजीज हैं उसके आधार पे कैसे एजुकेशन को, एग्रीकल्चरल एजुकेशन को स्ट्रेंथन किया जाए और किसानों के पास कैसे ये सब नॉलेज पहुंचे।
The Cabinet approved a 309-kilometer-long new project providing the shortest rail connectivity between the two major commercial hubs of Mumbai and Indore that will be completed by 2028 and 29.
ओवरऑल इंदौर, भोपाल और उत्तर प्रदेश के झांसी, आगरा, कानपुर, लखनऊ, वाराणसी और उसके और भी ऊपर जो सीमांचल एरिया है हमारे, जो उत्तर प्रदेश के नेपाल के बॉर्डर के साथ जुड़ते हुए एरियाज हैं, उन सब को सीधा एक कनेक्टिविटी के लिए पूरा एक एक्सेस मिलेगा, जिसमें इंडस्ट्रियल डेवलपमेंट हो पाएगा, लोगों को आने जाने को सुविधा मिलेगी, और खासकर जो मुंबई भारत का जो फाइनेंशियल कैपिटल है, इसको मुंबई को एक्सेस इस पूरे एरिया के लिए अच्छी मिलेगी।
Another major decision has been taken with the approval of one more semiconductor unit of Keynes Semicon Private Limited under India Semiconductor Mission, which will be set up in Gujarat.
इस प्लांट में 6.3 मिलियन पर डे चिप्स पर डे, यानी 63 लाख चिप्स पर डे की प्लांट की कैपेसिटी होगी। 46 एकर्स में प्लांट बनेगा। करीब करीब इसका जितना प्रोडक्शन होगा, वो प्रोडक्शन ऑलरेडी किन इंडस्ट्रीज में जाएगा वो बुक हो चुका है, और अच्छा इसका टेक्नोलॉजी आएगी। इसमें पावर से रिलेटेड चिप्स होती है जो ट्रेन सेट्स में लगती है, आपके ऑटोमोबाइल्स में लगती है, और घर में जो अप्लायंसेस होते हैं उसमें लगती है। वो सारी चिप्स भी इस वाले प्लांट में बनेगी।
India's President Draupadi Murmu on Monday embarked on a 3-day visit to Maharashtra. She began her visit by offering prayers at the Kolhapur Lakshmi temple. The President performed a puja and sought blessings at the temple. The President attended the Golden Jubilee celebrations of the Sri Varana Women Cooperative Group at Varananagar. Addressing the gathering, she highlighted the contributions of women to our society.
महिलाओं की क्षमता और शक्ति में विश्वास जताते हुए उनको आत्मनिर्भर बनाने के उद्देश्य से 50 वर्षों पहले दाता साहेब जी ने महिला सरकारी उद्योग समूह को स्थापना की थी। आज जहां यहाँ उपस्थित बेटियां और बहनों को देखकर मैं कह सकती हूं कि उनका विश्वास सही था। इस समूह ने अनेक उद्यमों के द्वारा महिलाओं को आर्थिक और सामाजिक रूप से सशक्त बनाया है।
The month of September is being celebrated as National Nutrition Month every year across India to ensure nutrition among the women and children of the country. Various activities are being organized in Bikaner under Nutrition Month. On this occasion, senior district officials flagged off the Nutrition Month rally of Anganwadi workers. On the occasion, information about nutritious food recipes were also shared. Nutrition Month was inaugurated in the tribal-dominated Dungarpur district of Rajasthan. An awareness rally was also flagged on the occasion. Under this campaign, the Women and Child Development Department in Rajasthan's Tonk is also celebrating the Nutrition Month with an aim to comprehensively tackle malnutrition through a life cycle approach. An exhibition related to nutrition for pregnant women and children was organized at Dhar, Madhya Pradesh. A quiz competition was also organized and certificates were given to the winners. India's ruling party, the BJP, has begun its membership drive from Monday. The drive focuses on enrolling new members and renewing the existing members of the party. According to BJP's constitution, membership drives are conducted afresh every 5 to 6 years. Prime Minister Narendra Modi launched the drive, getting the certificate for the renewal of his membership from party president. All existing members will need to renew their membership. According to the BJP's constitution, membership drives are conducted afresh every 5 or 6 years. The drive is being held in phases from today until 31st October. Individuals can sign up through a missed call on 8800002024 or on the party's website or other digital platforms. And still to come on DD India Live. The United Nations begins vaccinating children in Gaza against polio. And Russia launches missile strikes on Kyiv as a new school term begins in Ukraine. You're watching DD India Live. I'm Ramesh Ramachandran. To West Asia now, where massive protests have erupted across Israel after bodies of 6 hostages were recovered from a tunnel in southern Gaza. The demonstrators demanded that the government reach a ceasefire deal with Hamas to free Israeli captives. They also accused the government, led by Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, of failing to save the remaining hostages. On Saturday, the Israel Defense Forces said that 6 bodies were found in the Rafah area of southern Gaza, and all of them were murdered by Hamas terrorists in a number of shots at close range, 48 to 72 hours before their bodies were discovered. Now, their deaths leave 101 Israeli and foreign captives still in Gaza, but around a third of these are known to have died, with the fate of others unknown. The Israeli economy has come to a standstill because of a one-day general strike on Monday, called by a major trade union to put on pressure on the government to reach a deal with the Hamas. Tel Aviv's Ben Gurion Airport has halted flights amid the strike. Earlier, a top labor union leader urged all civilian workers to join the strike. The union represents some 800,000 workers in areas such as healthcare, transportation and banking. The strike is the first of its kind since Hamas's initial attack on Israel. And thousands of demonstrators also gathered at New York City's Central Park to pay tribute to 6 Israeli hostages killed in Gaza and to call for the return of others still held captive. The participants held photographs of the hostages and banners with messages such as "Bring our children home." The crowd sang Israel's national anthem and chanted for the safe return of the captives. The event featured speeches from relatives of hostages, including the father of slain Israeli American Hersh Goldberg Polin. Meanwhile, United Nations, in collaboration with Palestinian health authorities, began vaccinating children in the Gaza Strip on Sunday. Earlier, Israel and Hamas agreed to brief pauses in their 11-month-old conflict to allow the campaign to go ahead. The campaign began in the areas of central Gaza and will move to other areas in the coming days. Fighting will pause for at least 8 hours on 3 consecutive days. WHO officials say at least 90% of the children need to be vaccinated twice, with 4 weeks between doses for the campaign to succeed, but it faces huge challenges in Gaza, which has been largely destroyed by the war. Germany's far-right party is set to win a state election for the first time post-World War II in the country's east and looks set to finish a very close second in another. Exit polls showed that the far-right Alternative for Germany, or AfD, won 32.8% of the vote in Thuringia, well ahead of the centre-right Christian Democratic Union, the main national opposition party, with 23.6% in Sunday's regional election. The results look punishing for Social Democrat Chancellor Olaf Scholz's coalition ahead of the national elections due next year. As per exit polls, AfD made substantial gains in Thuringia and smaller ones in Saxony compared with the last state elections in 2019. Though experts say that the far-right party will be excluded from power by cooperation among rival parties. AfD's Bjorn Hock said that the polls clearly show that people of Germany want change for the better. Russia launched a missile strike on Ukraine's capital, Kyiv. The strike comes as a new school term began in Ukraine. Ukraine's air defense unit said that they destroyed more than 10 cruise and ballistic missiles. Air raid alerts were sounded all over Ukraine for nearly 2 hours. Neighboring NATO member Poland activated its aircraft to keep its airspace safe during the attacks. Ukraine has launched an attack on the Russian border region of Belgorod. Schools in the region will hold online classes after the strike destroyed a child care facility. Kindergartens would remain shut for a week. Russia's air defense unit said they destroyed one Ukraine-launched drone overnight. Ukraine has been mounting an attack on Belgorod in a bid to target key Russian infrastructure. And now to all the news from the Paris Paralympics. Indian shuttler Nitesh Kumar clinched gold medal in para badminton SL3 category at the Paris Paralympics. Nitesh beat Great Britain's Daniel Bethel in the final on Monday. Born in Rajasthan, Nitesh is an IIT graduate and currently lives in Haryana. A train accident in 2009 had him lose his leg and left him bedridden for months. His tryst with the sport began during his days at IIT Mandi when he got inspired by the para-shuttler Pramod Bhagat. At Para-Asian Games in Hangzhou, Nitesh clinched 3 medals, which included a gold in men's doubles, silver in singles and a bronze in mixed doubles. SL3 class players have severe lower limb disabilities and play on a half-width court, making them hit the shuttle on only one side of the playing field. And India's Sports Minister Dr. Mansukh Mandavia congratulated Nitesh Kumar on his historic gold. He took to social media platform X and wrote, and I quote, "Congratulations to Nitesh for his outstanding performance in the para badminton men's singles SL3 at the Paralympics, winning the gold. Your exceptional talent and commitment have brought pride to every Indian. The nation stands tall in celebration of your success. Cheer for Bharat." India's Yogesh Kathunia won the men's discus throw silver at the Paris Paralympics. Yogesh threw 42.22 meters, earning him a silver medal. Earlier at the Tokyo Paralympics, Kathunia won a silver, so this is Kathunia's second consecutive silver at the Paralympics. And Prime Minister Modi congratulated shooter Avani Lekhara on her victory as well. He said that she is performing well and wished her luck for her upcoming endeavours.
Hello. Namaskar sir. Thank you so much. Thank you sir. हाँ जी कल मैच था सर. हाँ जी सर. काफ़ी अच्छा लग रहा है सर. दूसरी बार पैरालंपिक्स में आई हूँ तो थोड़ा था ऐसे नर्वसनेस, पर आपने ही बोला था बोझ लेकर नहीं जाना है अपनी उम्मीदों को, तो फिर वही उसी हिसाब से मैंने फॉलो करा.
नहीं, लेकिन आप बहुत अच्छा कर रही हो, लगातार कर रही हो.
थैंक यू सर.
मेरी तरफ से बहुत बधाई है. आप बहुत प्रगति करो और बिल्कुल फोकस अपना मत पकड़िए, मेहनत करोगे और अच्छे परिणाम मिलने वाले हैं. बहुत बहुत आशीर्वाद।
थैंक यू सर, आपका आशीर्वाद ऐसे ही बना रहे। थैंक यू सर।
परमात्मा के आशीर्वाद है और आपको बड़ी होनी है।
थैंक यू सर।
अच्छा जी, अच्छा बेटा, नमस्कार।
And with that, it's a wrap on this edition of DD India Live. You can get all the latest news and updates on our DD India mobile app. It's available on Android and iOS platforms. You can scan the QR code on the screen to download it. And let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. You can connect with us on Facebook, X and Instagram. You can also check out our website ddindia.co.in. We will be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I am Ramesh Ramachandran from all of us here in New Delhi. Thanks for watching DD India Live.